Hey, did you know that Johnny Depp, the actor so many of us know from iconic roles like Jack Sparrow or Edward Scissorhands, once went through a hospital experience so intense, so life-altering, that it completely changed how he sees the world? It sounds like something you'd expect from a Hollywood drama, a plot twist in a movie, right? But this story isn't just about celebrity news or gossip. It's about something much deeper. It's about confronting fear, finding hope, and discovering resilience in the face of overwhelming uncertainty. And if you've ever felt scared or stuck in a tough moment, this story is for you. Sometimes, life throws us curveballs that we never see coming. One day you're living your normal routine, and the next you're faced with something so uncertain it shakes you to your core. Johnny Depp's hospital journey is one of those moments. Not just a physical challenge, but an emotional and mental battle as well. It's a story that reminds us all that no matter how famous or strong someone looks from the outside, inside, we all face fears and doubts. And it also shows how we can choose to move forward. If you're someone who has ever felt overwhelmed, maybe by your health or a sudden life change, you're definitely not alone. What happened to Johnny shows us that even when the situation looks grim, hope is still possible. And sometimes that hope comes from within, from the way we respond to our circumstances. I want you to stick with me today because by the end of this, you'll not only know the details of Johnny Depp's hospital stay, but you'll also see how it became a powerful turning point in his life. It might even inspire your own story of hope or recovery. So imagine this with me for a minute. You're Johnny Depp. You're used to being in control, creating characters, living a life full of adventure and creativity. But suddenly, you're lying in a hospital bed, hooked up to machines with doctors and nurses moving around you, and your future feels uncertain. This is exactly what Johnny faced. He wasn't just under the weather. He was seriously ill, and those moments in the hospital became some of the most frightening in his life. When Johnny first got admitted, the fear was real and overwhelming. Think about it. How would you feel if you were suddenly surrounded by unfamiliar sounds? The steady beep of monitors, the murmur of medical staff, the sterile smell that fills hospital rooms. Your mind races with questions. What's happening? To me? Will I be okay? What if things don't get better? Fear is something we all understand. It's that gut-wrenching feeling when you don't know what's coming next, and it can be paralyzing. And Johnny felt that too. But here's this remarkable part. Despite that fear, he didn't let it take over completely. Instead of shutting down or giving in to panic, Johnny took an important step that many people miss when they face scary health issues. He stayed curious. He asked questions. He wanted to understand what was happening inside his body and what the doctors were doing to help him. That curiosity, being proactive about your health, seeking knowledge, can be incredibly powerful. It's not always easy when you're scared, but it helps push fear out of the driver's seat. When you know more about what's going on, fear becomes more manageable, less overwhelming. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, things don't seem as scary. Doctors often say that patients who are engaged in their care tend to have better outcomes. Johnny's experience reflects that truth. He didn't just lie there passively, he became part of the process. He listened carefully. He asked questions about medications, about the tests, about what the next steps would be. And this is something anyone can learn from. Whether it's you, a family member, or a friend in the hospital, staying informed is a form of strength. After the initial shock and fear, something incredible happened in Johnny's story. Hope began to grow. This is a crucial turning point in any tough health journey, but it's often the hardest to reach because hope requires a shift in mindset. Doctors gave Johnny a plan, a roadmap for recovery. And rather than focusing on the scary what-ifs, he started focusing on small wins. Maybe it was a better test result, or being able to get out of bed for a few minutes, or just feeling a little less dizzy. Those tiny victories are like stepping stones across a rushing river. They help you keep moving forward when the path looks impossible. The power of hope isn't just some cliché. It's actually backed by science. Studies show that patients with a hopeful outlook can recover faster and better because hope fuels motivation, reduces stress, and even improves the immune system. When Johnny decided to fight back mentally, And physically, he was giving himself the best chance to heal. But Johnny's hospital stay wasn't just about survival. It became a moment of reflection, a chance to reevaluate what mattered most in his life. After leaving the hospital, he didn't just go back to the way things were before. Instead, he used that experience as a catalyst for change. He adjusted his lifestyle, took better care of his health, and even found new creative energy to pour into his work. It's amazing how life's toughest moments can sometimes lead to the biggest breakthroughs. For Johnny, the hospital wasn't just a place of sickness. It became a turning point toward healing and growth. You might be wondering, what can I learn from this if I'm not famous or in the spotlight? Well, this story is really about something universal. Fear, hope, resilience. They're part of all our lives. And there are practical lessons in Johnny's experience that anyone can apply. Medical experts also highlight something that's often overlooked during hospital stays. Emotional health is just as important as physical care. Dr. Emily Turner, a respected physician, explains, patients who actively engage in their care and maintain a hopeful outlook often recover faster. That means it's not just about the treatments or medicines, but also about mindset and emotional support. So if you or someone you love is facing a scary hospital stay or health challenge, here are some things you can do right now that echo what helped Johnny. First, ask questions. Don't be shy or afraid to understand what's happening. Sometimes medical jargon can be confusing or intimidating, but doctors and nurses are there to help. The more you know, the more empowered you feel. Next, focus on small goals. Recovery isn't about giant leaps overnight. It's about tiny steps. Getting out of bed, eating a little more, walking down the hall. Celebrate those little wins because they add up and keep you motivated, and bring comfort items with you. A favorite photo, music you love, or even a familiar snack can remind you of normal life beyond the hospital walls. It's an anchor to hope and normalcy when everything else feels uncertain. Here's a little insider tip. Journaling your feelings during tough times can be a game changer. Writing down what you're experiencing helps you process stress, track progress, and express fears or hopes that might be hard to say out loud. Best of all, it's free and you can do it anytime. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever faced a moment when fear seemed overwhelming but then shifted into hope? How did you get through that? Share your story in the comments. I'm really curious, and I know others will find your experience inspiring too. And if Johnny Depp's hospital journey moved you, I've got a video linked right here about celebrity comebacks you won't believe. It dives into other incredible stories of resilience and triumph that will definitely keep you inspired. If you're enjoying these heartfelt stories and want to stay connected, please like this video, subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Thanks so much for watching today. Remember, no matter how scary things get, hope is always within reach. And sometimes, it's in the moments when we least expect it that we find our greatest strength.